to Blasting Ward, maybe? No, it's going straight for Sorcerer's Boots and a second Doran's Ring. Meanwhile, Jax is coming back with that awesome skin, by the way, with a second Doran's and a pair of boots.
And we've actually seen Nunu, of course, is Schleier, the newest player actually coming into this Millennium lineup. He's had Oracle for, I think, around about a minute and a half now, and he's really done a good job of clearing out. There's only one ward left in that southern river area, and we're going to see now if he can actually make a bit of an impact and get in for the gank onto this bottom lane. Both Expression and Counts have played this bottom lane quite passively, not really pushed it up whatsoever, and I think that's more to do with the fact that they're a little bit scared of Linux Caitlyn with that awesome range that she has, really putting out some early damage onto that lane and forcing him to go back and lose out on that CS. And if we look down it once again, 76 to 70, so it stayed very, very even down there.
Yeah, and again, we're seeing the Wriggles being built on Gangplank, obviously on Ashe, and it has been completed on Idea in the center as well. So, yeah, I mean, the Wriggles are being built, pinged on. We can never tell who's doing the ping. Actually, the red ping means it's them. So Odir is actually thinking. Oh, now you can see he's just gone straight past the ward. He was actually thinking of going for blue, and Brand was pushing it there, trying to get on towards Jax. Remember, Jax has got that ulti up now, so he can start dodging a lot more, but you can't dodge a nuke. That's the problem. And meanwhile, Odir has just got Schleier poking around him. Also, Gangplank had sneaked his way in there. They're probably kind of saying, Reginald, do you mind not pushing the lane so much? We're kind of like waiting to gank. The odd one might as well just port back right now. He's just doing enough damage just to keep him at base. Slayer is going to come around. They're going to jump straight on him. The odd one does come around the side, and that's almost just sort of to save his bacon. He just forced him backwards. Meanwhile, back in the mid, you can see Udio's immediately come straight in there, having to turtle shield up. Getting a fair bit of burst damage there from Soaz. Soaz has managed to get a Blasting Ward and 2 Doran's rings now, so you can see Ashe also just gone back. Ashe is going to probably complete that Wriggles, I guess. Yes, he will do. Wriggles and a pair of boots, so slowly building up. BF Sword, meanwhile, so going pretty much standard on Linak there, so the BF Sword along with a pair of boots.
Soaz just moving his way through around this middle area. Obviously, Rayman's going to be such a tough target, and actually both players stunning each other, and Soaz is going to walk away from that one without any problem. As you mentioned down the bottom, we did see Wriggles completed by Ashe, but the BF Sword was finished for Caitlyn a little bit earlier on. So we'll see exactly where that BF Sword leads Caitlyn. I think last time we actually saw her in Force for Millennium, it was... anyway, we've got this action up at top. I'll talk about that later. And actually, the kill will come out from Reginald. Was caught in that Gangplank ulti, and he's got himself away, and he's going to flash in. Actually, both players flashing at the same time. Reginald is a dead man, and he's not going to get the kill onto Schleier. He did put the Ignite out there, but I'm pretty sure he's going to survive that one. Yes, he does. 23 health left, and that was nicely covered there by Soaz to get up and get that kill.
Yeah, Reginald getting a little bit greedy, it has to be said there. He got the one kill, could have got away with it and backed straight away and went dark and just flashed straight in there. However, Janna taking a big hit in the backside there from Linak. They are going to pick up this dragon though, I feel, and then obviously those Wriggles Lanterns are paying dividends, despite the fact Gangplank hadn't even completed his. He will go back now, but that's going to be the first dragon. That's going to give them a big gold advantage. You can see the gold advantage already. We have it now on the spec mode. It's really helpful for us, to be honest, as spectators and commentators. Meanwhile, you can see Annie has continued to stay at the top here. So Soaz putting a little bit of damage down in this tower. Probably going to strip about half health before Brand even gets back here. And I guess maybe trying to farm up and just trying to... I think probably going to go straight for a cap, Rabadon's death cap. I kind of expect that's what she's going to go for. Needs to farm up a bit. Tidus is returning. And, well, in the meantime, Schleier's trying to cover off the Rayman. You cannot leave Adir. Once he starts getting enough fed, you can't leave him alone in lanes like that.
He's actually starting to work his way a little bit further north into that top lane. Reginald obviously around that turret. There are pings going down, so Millennium know that Rainman is starting to work his way up there. And yeah, there is a ward in that tri-bush, as you can see there on your screen. Tiger's still hanging in there. Soaz obviously is still missing. Down at bottom, we're seeing a little bit of pressure coming out. Kuja just backing away from that one. And up at top, Gangplank is still sniffing around as well. And they don't know, well, probably they do know that Soaz is there. In fact, yeah, they will put a ping into that top bush. So they've got an idea that Soaz is in around. There goes Tippers, there goes the stun, and Reginald down and out of this one. Even the ulti came in as well. Yeah, which is interesting. It's showing us a green Gangplank. ulti.
I did notice that, actually, and I noticed it in the last one.
It confused me in the first one.
I was like,
what?
What is that green? But okay, maybe that's something we could think of. Oh, wow, big damage there onto the odd one. So Soaz has got quite a good AP already. Obviously got the 2 Dorans, and Tidus not going to go in for it. Will Tidus dive in? No, he's not. And you can see Udyr is also having to come back up there, so he's trying to cover it off, which means, let's have a look down the bottom. They've actually back on the tower. I think they've just... No, they haven't been to buy it. Let's have a look at the CS. It's 119 to 114, still very, very even down the bottom here. And Annie actually, 114, Annie got very good CS, it has to be said, compared to everyone else. However, Jax had fell behind, so Jax is going to struggle. But Jax is one of those heroes that can just get better and better as the game goes on, as long as the game lasts that long, as it were. So yeah. KX is going to go straight back. I guess a BF sword's going to come out now. Yeah, KX has got himself a BF sword. Doesn't have those Berserker Greaves yet, but doesn't really need them. Soaz returns the mid, has picked up a needlessly large rod. Now, obviously, that kill on Reginald really helping his efforts. And Reginald, at the moment, I don't think he's going to be happy with this game. He has had 2 deaths, really, that he was at fault at.
Yeah, I mean, without them, he'd be looking very, very strong now. He's got those 3 Doran's rings. Does have the blasting wand in there as well. Up on the top lane, of course, we do have Udyr, who was the original up at that top, or the second original. They've switched, you know, 3-4 times or 2-3 times during this game already. You see that Rayman is the one up there putting on the pressure. Maybe we're going to see some pressure onto Linac down at bottom. Yeah, knocked down to around about half HP. No mana left, and actually netted herself away from there. Didn't want to get caught out. Up on the top, it's just 2 guys hitting each other for a very long time.
It's a slugfest going on there. Jax is going to get a bit of damage on. This is what we're expecting. He's actually using the exhaust. I don't know why he went for the exhaust there. Was he really thinking he was going to get it? And predictably, the counter-strike going straight off there from Jax, just saying, you're going to come at me, I'm going to stun you. Meanwhile, there's go going on in the mid there. You can see that Nunu is being chased. There's 4 members of Team Solomid, and he needs to be very careful as well, because he's going to come around the side. Oh, but Tibbers goes straight down on Reginald. I don't think he's going to quite have enough burst. Is he going to be able to get away with it? Gangplank ulti kind of wasted there. Tibbers is just stood in the middle of it. Meanwhile, you can see Udyr is coming around the side. Instead, they're just going to switch it up and steal the blue. Meanwhile, you can see down the bottom here, Linac continues to push, and he's going to get a lot of damage on this tower before they even get back here. May even be able to take it down. It's down to 543, going down at a good 100 hit points ago. Yes, he will. That's a desperate, desperate loss for Team Solomid. They're losing that tower. Will manage to get a little bit of damage onto Linac, but it doesn't matter. And that's very important play by Millenium there. They didn't feel pressured. You know, 4 people of Team Solomid charging up the mid. They weren't panicked by it. They haven't got the teleport, you know, we saw in Dreamhack, but
this could be bad news. So Linac actually having to flash away. Net will go out. And he walked straight into that pillar there as well from Reginald. Great job. The ulti actually taking around about 1/3 of that health away from Soraka, which won't make too much of a difference. But she's now defending that tower alone. We are seeing Nunu and Annie kind of on standby, ready to move in there if they need to. But it was a nice finisher from Reginald, and you have to say it's not easy to avoid that kind of push when you're 3 against, or 1 against 3, actually, as it was there for Linac.
Meanwhile, 2 dudes keep continuing to hit each other at the top here. They're just, you know, actually, to be fair, Tidus is slowly losing the battle. Udyr has actually got pretty strong, pretty beefy now, so it's kind of got to the point. However, Infinity Edge now on Caitlyn. Need to be careful here. Oh, it's going to be a face check straight in there, and that's going to be the Ash Arrow straight onto Slayer. Slayer's not going to be able to get away from this one. Oh, but he's flashed straight through, but a flash from Chaos is going to follow straight away. The slow arrows, he's going to lose track of him as soon as he goes into that jungle. He needs to land the hit. Instead, the odd one's going to flash through as well, so double flash used. Will they be able to finish him off? Meanwhile, coming around the side, he's not. Is he actually finishing him? What is he doing? Hit him, man. Meanwhile, Soaz turns around. X Special goes down. Good use, and also takes down the Ash as well. Craziness there. Reginald's not going to be able to get this kill. He's going to continue to dive it, though. He's determined to get Soaz, but that really backfired for Team Solomid. Linac are playing, Millenium, sorry, are playing fantastically well here. Meanwhile, you can see Linac has gone up the top here, and he's actually he's got a lot of damage. He's got that Infinity Edge. He's managed to beat a hole in that Udyr turtle shield.
Yeah, and that's one thing that you can't underestimate, the range of Caitlyn, and the power now that she's got that Infinity Edge can cause Udyr a lot of trouble up at the top, because he just can't get on her, and that's a problem. In middle, we are seeing Reginald hammering away on this turret, and I think it's going to go down. Yeah, it will do, before Jax actually gets himself in there. Minions obviously just being kept at bay by Reginald, and it's not going to go down, actually. I saw Tidus just come in. I think probably Reginald could have stuck around to finish that one off. It was like 2 hits max to finish off that turret. We do have Dragon up already. It came back on 18:05, and I actually timed that. The players used to do it for us before when we had the chat window, but I decided to time it this time. Actually, a ward goes in. X-Special does have the... that's turret up at top. I missed that one. Yeah, Oracle on X-Special, so that ward will go down. Obviously, Rainman, Odd One, will have no problem taking this Dragon down very, very quickly. So that'll be coming up in 6 minutes' time. Up in the top area, we've actually got Tidus running through the jungle there. Reginald is there, and he needs to be very careful. Caitlyn's in there as well. Where's Reginald going to go down? Gets the stun off onto Linek. Oh, and the ulti was out, and that was very close, and he actually gets the kill. Didn't spot the ignite that had gone in there as well. Brilliant, brilliant play from Reginald to actually survive. And, well, that good old ulti, they were just close enough to get the bounce. Yeah,
it was the dot just finishing him off, and we experienced that the other day, didn't we, Joe, when I pooned you in a 1v1.
Yeah, you're just making that up.
Just making it up the stream, that's right. So, 20 minutes in, and you've got to be careful. Remember, Candy Panda, Candy Panda? Again,
Candy
Caitlyn.
Panda.
It's Caitlyn. I just call it Candy Panda these days. I'm so used to him playing it. Caitlyn and Jax together could take a tower down very quickly, so they've got to be careful in situations like that, which they almost had, where the two of them were just free to hit on that tower. As it was, managed to slowly get a push on there, but Chaos continuing to push his dominance down the bottom here. Needs to be careful. The rest of the team are starting to react. He's just going to port away. Plenty of time for that. Udyr, will he get a stun? Yes, he will do. Managed to get the stun down on Soaz. Soraka is there with him, though, so I think he's going to be able to dive the tower too badly. There is a little bit of health. There's not a lot of health on that mid tower, so it's almost certainly going to go down. Oh, Asher just flashing through. Didn't manage to land anyone. I think that would have been the death of them. You can see they were just hanging back. However, AP-wise, you can see 251 for Annie. Meanwhile, Brand is a little far behind, 137. Had going Rod of Ages first again. We saw this in the last match as well, and the triple Doran, so didn't go straight for the Rabadon's death cap, which Annie has the advantage of. Annie obviously staying mid, had a lot more farm, so at the moment it has that slight advantage. It is a very even game here, Joe.
That arrow actually hit Schleyer in spawn.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, when he was just walking out, he was like, what? That's annoying. Obviously, you just regened it straight back away. And if you look at the wall coverage, which has now gone a bit, that's another advantage to those wriggles. You can get some good vision when you're starting to push in further.
Vision, yeah.
And X-Special just doing a good job as well of, countering the whole Millenium warding by having that Oracles up for such a long time now and managing to clear things out. Schleyer, who was obviously the jungler and did have that... earlier on, did have that... Oh God, Oracles is what I'm trying to say. Not quite managing to keep that up. Exhaust put out onto Jax. He won't be able to chase in too hard onto Chaos up at that top area. So now we've got a 2-1 tower advantage for Millenium. They are 3k behind in gold, and they are 5 to 6 behind. As we see those pings just going off in the middle area, they did know that Reginald was there as he just peeked out of that bush. It looks like they're kind of setting up no real big push at this stage in towards anywhere, but they're just looking for that one opportunity where someone steps a couple of meters out of position and they're going to jump straight in there and try to capitalize. Yeah,
the double supports both meeting there and sort of like, am I going to hit you?
We can't do anything to each other.
Yeah. Soraka kind of like threw the banana at her and I'm off. They both put wards down though, so, and actually neither of them survived. They're surely going to take this tower down here, so I was taking a little bit of hits. You can see Tidius coming around the side there. Will he be able to jump? In fact, who would he target if he's going to jump on him? I guess it's got to be Chaos. I'm not too sure. Would it be Reginald? Yeah. Reginald's been popping very quickly, and I don't think there's anything going to happen. You can see that they're slowly picking him off here. And this is just, this is the first time we've seen a tense 5v5, 22 minutes in, and Udyr's going to try and start things off. Surely the Ash Arrow would be the thing that would start it off, but instead he's going to hold it back. Obviously,